my people, it's Success Talks Football, guys. Yeah, the Newcastle versus Liverpool match ended, of course, 3 to Liverpool and 2 to Newcastle. But I must commend Newcastle. I mean, with 1 man down and 1 goal up, and they were able to get even an equalizer, and the scoreline became 2-2. But unfortunately for them, at the nick of time, towards the end of the extra minutes added to the normal stoppage time, the youngest player in the history of Liverpool in Premier League scored the winner for them. It was, of course, Rio that made that goal. I mean, he's just 16, and he has broken a record already. This shows he's going to have a bright future. I mean, from what we saw yesterday, that was rather unfortunate for Newcastle, but kudos to them for trying to hold it down. I mean, and so this is the standings of the Premier League table as it is now. Match day 2 of 38. Where does your team belong? It is, of course, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Liverpool leading the pack. Of course, it's just match day 2 of 38, so we still have a long way to go. After match day 2 of 38 in La Liga, this is where your team belongs. Where does your team belong? Of course, we have Villarreal, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Getafe, and Athletic Club, all on 6 points, leading the pack. Where does your team belong at the moment? Guys, Inter Milan destroyed Torino in their first match of the season. I mean, it was 5 to Inter Milan and 0 to Torino. Marcus Thuram got a brace in that match. Wonderful, of course, as it stands now after match day 1 of 38 in Serie A. Of course, we have Inter, and we also have Como. Surprisingly, it's just match day 1. We have Juventus, we have Napoli, we have Cremonese that dealt with AC Milan, and we have AS Roma, all on 3 points, thereby leading the pack. Where does your team belong as it stands? After match day 1 of 34 in the Bundesliga, we have Bayern Munich, Frankfurt, Augsburg, Wolfsburg, Hoffenheim, Union Berlin, and FC Cologne leading the pack. I mean, they are all on 3 points. Where does your team belong at the moment? Let me know in the comment section. Lastly, after match day 2 of 34 in Ligue 1, we have Lyon, Toulouse, PSG, and Strasbourg leading the pack. They are all on 6 points. Where does your team belong at the moment? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know. Rodrigo was substituted in the Rio Oviedo versus Real Madrid match, and we saw him complain and even cross out. After that, we have now heard that he's ready to leave the club. Some clubs have been willing to sign him, but Rodrigo has said he doesn't want to leave Real Madrid, but now we are hearing that he wants to leave. Well, as it stands now, whether Rodrigo wants to leave or not is now up to him. I really do not care anymore. But it is Rodrigo again. We've been hearing that we've been hearing rumors of him leaving the club since about 3 seasons ago, so not until it is concrete we cannot believe. Now I want to talk about the Bellinghams. I mean, Jobe Bellingham was substituted in that match, in the Dortmund match, and they said the parents were not pleased with the fact that their son was substituted, and went to address it in the dressing room with, I think, the coach. I really cannot state right now. And the first question that crossed my mind is, what were they doing in the dressing room? I mean, yeah, the father, I think, is the manager of Jobe. You don't have any business in the dressing room. Now they've been banned from the dressing room. We are not supposed to be allowed in the dressing room in the first place. They do not have any business there. I mean, I like the fact that they are protecting their children, but when it's becoming excessive, it is a problem. Come on, guys. We have come to the end of this episode. Do not forget to follow us across our social media platforms. Like, share, and comment. See you in my next episode.